again, Eric with DeFi IoT. I want to talk a little bit today on, so people have asked me recently on what I thought might be a good area to purchase crypto in. Not necessarily mining right now, but in the purchasing. And I kind of broke it down a little bit. Now I want to just say this though, I'm going to give what we're doing and why we're doing it. This is not financial advice. You're going to need to seek out your own financial advisor or make your own decisions, do your own research. Let's make that clear. But I want to talk a little about what are we looking at right now and where are we investing in right now? We're getting ready to gear up. Right now is a beautiful time, in my opinion, is a beautiful time to get into the market. Things have, they picked up a little bit. We saw that spike a little bit last month. Now we're seeing this lull right before, right as Bitcoin halving hits. And so now we're going to, that will most likely pick up and take back up again. If anything does, which was traditional, it will pick up and continue to grow. Now, why do I say that? Well, a lot of the spot Bitcoin ETFs, they were approved in late December in the US. They were, like we talked about in the last video, you also had Hong Kong markets, EU markets, and other markets that have approved the spot Bitcoin ETFs. Now, recently today, the SEC has come out and basically has kind of given a negative on any spot Ethereum ETFs anytime in the near future. The SEC is playing a lot of games. And one thing I feel is that there is a definite movement with this administration to limit wealth. I'd mentioned that the tax increases. We're going to have a tax increase that's going to be an unrealized gains tax, okay, and going into 2025. And this will definitely, I believe, hurt the crypto market, especially in the U.S., right? You've got Canada that's jumped up to a 67% now capital gains tax they're launching. And now we're going to have this higher capital gains tax as well. And then we're going to have a 25% unrealized gains. So basically every 4 years you have to sell your asset. Now this you pay 25% of an unrealized gain on an asset, and then that asset goes down. Do you get that back? No. Can you write the losses off there as well? Well, that's going to be probably a little more difficult to do. You probably get the losses written off over time. I don't know. I haven't looked at it yet. I'm not a tax professional. I do have experience in taxes, but I'm not giving tax advice. I'm just going off what I'm hearing so far. I think it's just kind of actually asinine to kind of go into a campaign. It's kind of arrogant announcing that you're going to raise taxes in 2025 to a level that's never been raised to before. That's concerning to me. That means maybe we're not going to have a free and fair voting system. I got to be careful what I say here because we're walking on eggshells with this channel. They give us back our channel for taking no reason, but they gave it back to us with 3 strikes. So we get one more strike and we're out, so to speak. So we'll run with it as long as we can. Now, we have the same channel on Rumble, and we have not been continuing it because I need people from here to traffic over to Rumble. We just didn't have the traffic for it. So if you'll do us a favor, and before we go any further, hit that like button down below. Subscribe. We need to get back in the algorithm again. YouTube's given us 30 days, but they didn't tell us they're giving us 30 days. We just tripped up and found out about it. We've already lost 10 days of that. So we've got 20 days to be able to get people back watching our videos, or they're going to can us. What we want to try to do is break things down, go back into the mining aspect. We're going to start breaking down all these shillers, and we're going to bring their videos in, and we're going to go through it with you and show you what the real results are for these products that these people are shilling out there. And it's really not right they're doing this. It caused a lot of people to lose a lot of money, and I know we got trapped up in it, caught up in it as well. But here's where I'm going to want to go with this. Where are we looking at today when we're buying to raise, to ride the wave up? Well, obviously BTC, Bitcoin. Now, because the spot Bitcoin ETFs, you have banks now, Wells Fargo, Citibank, Bank of America. These large banks are actually holding portfolios now, as well as money managers in Bitcoin ETFs, right? And basically they can buy Bitcoin and hold it in your retirement accounts. I had somebody call me recently, a friend of mine, say, "Hey, Eric, I want to turn my IRA into Bitcoin. What do you think?" I told him, I said, "You know what? Positively, because right now I think you're at a very prone stage right now, a very good opportunity to let that run and grow. Bitcoin's proved itself. It's going to be very difficult for Bitcoin to fade away anytime soon, especially with the CBDC being announced as coming out within 12 to 24 months. That's a central bank digital currency on the SWIFT network, which is our banking system internationally, right? It's going to be digital. That'd be a centralized crypto, though, not a decentralized crypto, and many people are confused that. So here we go. Who's got a broad base, a broad market base that's probably not going to be so risky to get into besides Bitcoin? Well, you got Ethereum, but Ethereum is looking at some problems right now with the SEC. There's some upcoming questions of whether they're a stock or not. So we need to be careful with Ethereum. I'm on standby with Ethereum. I think Ethereum might go through a lot of corrections first, or a lot of hiccups, kind of like you saw with XRP, just kind of drug it out. And now you're starting to see XRP kind of start to take off a little bit now that they've won this lawsuit against the SEC, which is a great victory for crypto in general, if you want to look at it that way. So here's what I'm going to say. A coin that's actually a great coin. You got my people getting in the car next to me. I'm sitting here, want to record this video and get this out to you. Get this out because I want to get this news out, because right now is a prime opportunity if anybody wants to buy into crypto. I think right now is a good opportunity. Again, it's not financial advice. Dogecoin, even Shiba, right? They've got a broad market base now, but they got a lot of potential to grow as well. Doge could be looking at, it could be pushing $1 or more, right? This year alone. Doge is sitting at 14 cents right now. And I know that I've got friends buying in Doge. We're buying more Doge right now. Musk is talking about Doge. Now, this is no guarantee, but talking about Doge being the currency that he uses for X as a payment when he wants to convert it to a payment platform. So people would be needing to buy Doge to be able to trade or to send money and so forth on X. I don't know how exactly he's going to do it, but he's favoring. He came out a couple weeks ago also and said that one of the reasons he supports Doge, and he holds Doge, he holds Bitcoin, he holds Ethereum. But one reason why he supports Doge as he does is because he said as he walked through factories in different locations, people would yell to him, "Hey, Elon, support Doge. That's the people's token. That's our token. It's cheaper. We can get into that." I guess it's psychological. They could buy whole coins of it. And so he said, that's the people's coin. So I'm going to support that. Now that goes a long way, especially with Elon Musk being that he puts his money where his mouth is. I think that he'll continue to support it so long as the attacks that the Department of Justice has on him right now through this current administration are, I don't think they're going to break him, but they possibly could. Like they're trying to break Trump right now, like him or don't like him. What they're doing, they can do to any of us. That's the demonstration. If they can get away with them, they can get away with us. That's concerning. So all that aside, being U.S. based, you're going to have a hard time now holding crypto, because after 2025, if you have a gain in it, you're going to pay 25% of that. So you have to sell 25% of that every year. So you're going to liquidate out your properties and assets. Now, that's supposed to be for anybody with over $1 million. And there's other factors to it, right? However, think about this for a minute. It doesn't take much to really get $1 million. It's not as much as people think it is. And to have that when you start investing and buying and things begin to grow, it's a lot of people could actually have $1 million in net worth. Now, that doesn't mean you have $1 million cash. You might not have any cash at all. But that's a whole different video, and we'll get into that another time. So where are we going today? What are we looking at right now? Well, we actually have jumped into Dogecoin, and we're loading up heavy in Dogecoin. I think that's got the biggest potential return for it right now. It's pretty stable. Again, Bitcoin, Ethereum's, I think they're going to have some problems coming up. Dogecoin is solid. It's got the market cap right there. You have Shiba's got a good market cap now too. Well, it's not as risky as it was. And then you've got some of these other meme coins. Now they're higher risk, granted. But you got some of these other meme coins like Pepe that's kind of established themselves. And you start to see when the bull market takes off like this, it just did in this last month, you start seeing the gains roll back into these meme coins. So that's kind of a game we're playing too. But I don't recommend to anybody, even to my team, that they put a lot of money in these meme coins, maybe $100, $200 in a meme coin. Now that's and that's a gamble. It really is. We watch these things every day. Our team does. And again, I when I say we have a team, in a different country. I'm their advisor. I give them a crypto advice. And so I'm a we with them because I help guide them and we do our trades and so forth. And I help them and instruct them what to trade and what to buy and what to sell. And even during the days at certain prices. So they do some day trading on the way up. That's another thing where you can make some money at is day trade when the market's going up. I don't recommend day trading when the market's flat or going down unless you're really, really advanced in trading crypto. it's just so inconsistent, right? If there's becoming consistencies, the downside is crypto can be manipulated by these big whales as well. And so you kind of want to ride that wave up. But what we try to do is try to buy and sell as we're buying, as we're taking those ups and downs, those dips. We do it conservatively. We don't glean the field, right? So that's another area. If you have time to sit and look at a screen during the days, you can sit and do that as well as things go up. So you can buy into it, you gain as you're going up, but as it comes down, you can sell it, come down before it hits the bottom. You buy back in again, picks you back up again, takes you up. Then as it's coming back down again, picks you back up again, goes up and then comes back down, vice versa. And there's another way you can make some gains doing it. I know that, some weeks we'll make, $3,000 or $4,000 or a little bit that we have in there in gains. And then other weeks, we don't make very much money. We tried buying and selling on the way down, and we ended up losing a little bit of our gains we had the week before, because we started doing that right at the end of this last little run, a little spike up. Something new for us. We're learning that. If you guys have any advice at all on who actually is better at training for trading in crypto, please put it down below. We'd like to know, like to have others know as well. But I also like only put it down there if it's real advice. Don't just try to spin what you've got going or try to shill what you have. It may not be a good product. So we just want some quality advice here. Now, that's where we're investing right now. The miners, we've fired up our GPUs again. We've bought into Doge miners. There's a few others out there they're mining, right? Kasama and so forth. But those, I think you're going to start to see the miners' prices come down a lot more. And what we want to do is I actually want to pick up a decent Bitcoin miner and hook one of them, just one up. I want to support the network. We have a couple of those little small ones, the little lunar lander things, and I bought another one, the Nano 3. We got one for my daughter. And, just support the network. Probably not going to strike anything else. More of a gamble, those are, because, you're kind of lone mining with that. But if you hit one, you hit 3 Bitcoin, and you don't have a high consumption rate of your electricity. So that's something you can do to play and support the network, which we want to do, because with the halving, you're going to start seeing a lot of condensing down of these Bitcoin farms, just because it just won't be profitable for some of them where electricity is just too high. And so that's going to be an issue. We should start seeing miners come out in the market that come way down. These $20,000, $30,000 miners that before a year ago, 2 years ago, were so high, you're going to start seeing those to pick those up cheaper. Now, we picked up Doge miners, the L3++. We picked up, 4 or 5 of those, and we picked those up for like $200. I bought one for $100. It was used. It was fine on eBay. You got to buy the power supply too. It's about $60 and then hook it up. So, just be careful what you're doing there. I got one of them is really used, and look at how it was in the picture though, and it was just cheap. I suggest paying about $200-300 for one, and you get a little better one, right, than just $100. So that's where we are right now. That's what we're doing. Now, keep in mind something. We have solar panels with our team. We've got a bunch of panels. And so when we're mining, we're not paying electricity costs. So we can get back in and GPU mine right now, as well as ASIC mine right now, without that electricity cost and make it profitable for us. I hope that we'll see, actually where we get to the point we were at the last bull run, where even with electricity rates, the GPU mining will be something that's going to be profitable. But here's where I'm going to go with this. I still love GPU mining. I've always been infatuated with GPU mining because I've always felt GPUs, even ASICs, but more so GPUs because they're flexible, right? You can move them in and out of different markets. GPUs, because they will maintain a decentralized network. And that is a truly decentralized network. The ASICs can do the same thing, but not as flexible with ASICs. GPUs, and now GPU costs for a new 4090, you're looking at $2,000 still, right? So you can get actually Bitcoin miners and really good miners for Kasama or others, even Dogecoin, right? You can get miners, Dogecoin, Litecoin miners for that price now too. So that's something to consider, right? So you got to consider that, and your wattage is not going to be a whole lot different. Now those miners, I'm talking about new miners coming out for Doge, Kasama, and others that are going to be in that price range of $1,500 to $2,500. Whereas, like I said, a new 4090 GPU is going to run you almost that same. So here we are at DeFi IoT. Give us a like, thumbs up, and we'll see you in our next video. We hope you liked it.